UFC Hamburg has got two men fighting who were meant to fight at UFC Liverpool, but it got rebooked, and it's all on. Hopefully both men have washed properly, and there's no infections to go around. I've got Manny Bermudez here with me. My man, have you bought that fanny pack yet?
Oh, I'm trying really hard to buy that fanny pack, man. I'm looking all over, but I need something that I can carry with me on that plane, because I usually just go. I travel with just one suitcase, and I end up coming back with a bunch of stuff. So I don't want to pack too heavy.
That's a good idea. So let's talk about UFC Liverpool. We're all there. We're all having a good time. And then obviously you find out what's going down. It seemed, because I was actually, the weird thing was, I was sat, 10 yards away from you when you were sat down, you found out about it, and you were all talking, and all of a sudden there was a beer in your hand. I went, I don't think he's cutting weight. I think there's something going on here. Talk us through, like, the emotion, kind of the emotional ride and stuff for that whole experience, that bit.
Yes. So I'm a pretty big 135er, and I actually had found out a bit before, like all that stuff started happening. So the moment I found out, I'd actually bought a bunch of snacks for after the fight, after the weigh-ins, and I was walking back to my hotel room with all the snacks, and I go over to my manager, and he's looking at me, has this weird look on his face, and I'm like, what's wrong? Something's happening? He's like, he has like his arms crossed and everything. I'm like, oh man, something's really not right now. And he goes, your fight's off. Davey had a staph infection and pulled out. And so, like, obviously, it's terrible news, terrible. And that's the last thing you want to hear when you travel halfway across the world to go fight somebody. But at the same time, too, like, you're cutting weight, you're miserable. You spent the whole week miserable. It's just all fighter stuff. And so I look at him and I'm like, so can I eat? Are they going to find me a replacement? What's the deal? And he says, probably not going to find me a replacement. He had emailed Sean Shelby. Shelby had said, it's not looking too likely. But so I was like, all right, like I guess it's time for me to start eating right now. So I drop all my bags of stuff, and I open up a bag of chips, and I start just eating it.
Hey, look, and afterwards, you came down after to our little get together that we had for the fans, and you and Aljo hit it off really well and had a good time out as well. And I suppose in the end, you get given lemons, made you made some lemonade, didn't you? So it wasn't too bad in the end. You had a good time, a good atmosphere. And you and Davey, it seemed, it was very respectful. I saw you guys talking as well at the fights. He was with his boy, and it was all good. It was seen that it was like two of you, like, look, it happened. Staph infections happen. You know it. I know it. It's part and parcel of what the sport is. And both of you were like, look, let's just rebook it as soon as we can. And they've done it, so I suppose it's not too bad. It wasn't too much negativity going into it.
Yeah, no. I mean, we're both professionals. I don't think Davey was, scared of me, so he planted a staph infection on himself or anything like that either. I've had one myself before, and it's no fun. But at the same time, it's it sucks to have gone that far and not have fought, but. I think a lot of people are looking forward to me and Davey fighting each other too, because it's Davey's tough. He's a veteran. He's had 3 fights in the UFC and then 2 on the Ultimate Fighter. So it's definitely a challenge to see where I'm at. It's a chance to see where he's at in his career at this point. And like I said, a lot of people are looking forward to it. So I think it would discredit people if we didn't try to rebook it as fast as we could. So they hit me up and they said, do you want to do Germany? Actually, I talked to Davey's coach or something like that.
Alex,
yeah, Alex. And he said, hey, if you want to do Germany, we can do Germany. So I said, all right, Germany it is. And then a couple weeks later, here we are.
Hey, Germany's a good place to go to, man. You're in for another treat, another little trip there for you, man, to tick off. So, look, the fight happened. It didn't happen, sorry. You had a few drinks, you had a good time, good vibes. So what was it like atmosphere-wise going back to training? Because you just peaked. You're at that peak. But you don't want to fall off the track too much, do you? So you've got to kind of balance what you do. You kind of got to get that flow right. How was it
Yeah.
getting back into training again, man? Because you kind of got that you're a bit deflated, aren't you? It sucks.
No, I love training. I love training more than I love drinking, more than I love, going out, more than all that stuff. I just think I'm lucky to have, like an opportunity to do the thing I love, and then that takes me to places like Liverpool, like Hamburg, where I could hopefully meet new people, enjoy different people's companies, see things that I don't get to see every day, and I'm just doing the thing that I love to do. So nothing goes ahead of my training, and the most fun I have is in the gym, learning new things. And I think the best feeling that you can get is just that feeling of just having a new skill. And that's what's kept me in the sport for so long. I think one of the things I'm looking forward to is being able to display the skills that I have, display all the hard work I've been putting in, because you grow over time, and I feel like I've grown even from since the time that my fight was scratched till now. I feel like I've grown tremendously.
And there's always room to grow, like you said. And for example, we just had like Polaris on in the UK, and that was awesome. There was some great grappling exchanges, and you sit there, and even me, I sit there and go, oh, I wonder what you can take into MMA from there. What kind of sweeps you can take over, or entries to certain, everything. You've always chances to learn and grow. Do you watch that stuff? Because obviously UFC Fight Pass, something you see, it pops up. Is that something you like to try and enjoy as well, like your EBIs and your Polaris, all that good stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I like watching a little bit more MMA, like specifically MMA, just because it's a sport that I'm doing. But I will definitely watch. Because I follow a lot of things on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. So I watch a lot more condensed, more condensed segments of those sports. But and then my coach watches all of them too, so he'll pop in with a new leg lock, a new takedown, whatever it is. And I'm always open to learning whatever it is anybody's doing. I actually saw, I think last night there was a knockout, and it was Nico Price, I think it was.
Yeah. Oh man, that was insane. Went for the leg lock, but he hooked Randy's head with the foot, and then just hammered. Man, that was insane, wasn't it? Woo.
And so like the sport's evolving, the way people are doing things evolving. So you don't want it to pass by you. You don't want to be the guy who's getting fisted from his face hooked while on top.
I know. You'll know yourself. Like whenever you train MMA, like you always sit there and go, and people would punch from their back, and you're like, dude, that's the dumbest thing ever. That never works. And then it actually worked, and you're like, oh, god damn it. But it was only because of the circumstance, the way he hooked his head. It's because the way he hooked the head, that was like a flaw. His foot was acting like a base for the floor, so it gave no give. So that's the only reason, folks, it works, right? Other than that, it doesn't work. Do not punch off your back. Trust me, it'll end very badly for you all.
Say that now, but watch, some kid's gonna pick it up, and then he's gonna hit it in some local show, and then some other guy's gonna.
I know there'll be some guys like Mike Tyson, freak strength, that can just knock you out from his back. It'd be absolutely disgusting.
Gorilla strength, yeah. Like just, I have just wiry, mean, strong.
So your weight cut getting down, obviously for the fight in Liverpool, you obviously put a bit of weight back on. Was that just a case of just putting a couple of pounds on, but trying to keep it down as low as you can anyway, where it's comfortable, but not like weight cut, like not when you like fight week cut, it's like just manageable?
I try to get as big as I can, where I can actually make the weight. I try to make the weight tough on myself, because I feel like size is just as much of an advantage as speed or all those skills, strength, all that stuff. And so every fight I've had, at 135, I've just felt like a bigger, stronger person than the guy I fought. So I'm trying to keep that advantage with me.
So are you trying to actually get physically bigger? So like, as in putting a bit of mass on, get the gun show going, so that you're probably not cutting as much water. Whereas obviously when you were doing the weight cuts earlier on, you weren't as physically big. You've grown into your shape, you've grown into your weight class all the time.
I mean, I've always been it's always been pretty tough to get to 135, so I'm trying to stay kind of where I'm at. Obviously, lift, you wrestle hard, you do all those things, and you try to get as strong as you can through just, age and all that stuff. But, 135 is a tough one.
Now, I was going to say, have you been to the UFC Performance Institute yet? Is that something that's on your radar to do? Because obviously loads of people are going there just to get basically the nerds and the scientists to kind of come back with a load of info to help fighters out. Is that something that's on your calendar this year?
I mean, if I end up in Vegas, I'll check it out. I've been there once just do that little tour.
Yeah.
They they're super nice over there, great people, very knowledgeable. But I just like doing the thing with my team. My team has my back, and I like staying with them.
Oh no, it's free, so that's what I was thinking. I'd be milking that. There's loads of guys, loads of fighters milking at the moment. They're like, get in there, free time, free accommodation. Don't get free accommodation, though, is there? That's the only thing. They get like a discounted accommodation around the corner. I found out about that. So, look, you say you got your own crew, your own people that you're training with. So, with the kind of small break between, have you guys been doing anything to try and add to your game then, like you say, to get ready for this fight? Is there anything else you kind of thought, do you know what, we've got a bit more time to stick this in that we think we could work? Or is it, don't say what it is, obviously, if you have.
No, I mean, I've got plenty of good training partners. I've got great coaches, guys that have known me for years. They know what I'm good at. They know what I'm not good at. And we're always trying to work on weaknesses and then also improving strengths. So I think we have it covered for this fight.
Yeah, and the promotion that you came from, Cage Science, it's doing fantastic with fighters that are coming out of there. Recently, just on the El Tough finale and stuff. So you've got a lot of coming out from where your background on Cage Science, the promotions that you grew up from. It's nice to see that, though, isn't it? Like kind of your area, where you're like kind of that kind of district, let's say, seeing the development and the growth.
Yeah, no, we got some good guys coming up. We got Cage Science has definitely pumped out a lot of dudes. New England, I feel like it's just growing in general as a region. But I think we already have JoJo is just on the Ultimate Fighter. Rob Font's from around here. Joe Lazan, Qatar. We have plenty of talent around here too. So. I'm excited to see every single dude out of here fight, and I'm excited when we win, all that stuff. So
it's good, man. It's lots of positivity, and obviously going to UFC Hamburg, it's going to be another great fight with yourself. And I honestly, like you said, I love the matchup for Liverpool when it got announced with you and Davey Grant, especially when you do a bit more research into footage and you watch the 2 years. I love the matchup. It's going to be fantastic, honestly, from a fan's perspective. People at home can watch it on UFC Fight Pass. So there's no excuse not to watch it. You can start your 7-day free trial now. I'm doing free advertisement there for them to watch this fight. But before I let you shoot off, bro, give people your social media so they can jump on, give you a follow, join you not just on the journey to this fight, but just your MMA journey to establish yourself as one of the greatest. That's obviously your ultimate goal.
Okay, so my Facebook is just Manny Bermudez. I have a fan page thing going up. And then Instagram, same thing, Manny Bermudez. Twitter, I believe, is _ Manny Bermudez. And, and my team is just South Shore Sport Fighting out of Rockland, Massachusetts. I have Rugged RX Fitness with Scott Lockhart. That's in Hanover, Mass. Zenden's been taking care of me, too, in Norwell. Awesome people. Cage Science, too. Best shows in New England. I'm sure there's a million other places too, but if I'm forgetting you, just look at my social media pages and I'll put you guys.
Yeah, do you know what's the best thing to do? Just put them out on social media. Sometimes it gets to the point where you just can't remember. It's almost like a shopping list. I can't remember them all. Look, Manny, have a great last few days. It's fight week now, it's officially fight week. Enjoy the last few days of the weight cutting and enjoy enjoy your, trip to Germany. As much as you get the fight in there, it's another experience. It's another, a little life moment for you, another chapter. So have a great time. I'll be tuning in. I won't be there. I can't get over. But man, have a great, awesome time. And I'm sure if you fight in the UK again, I'll be there, and we'll go out again and have a good time.
Awesome. Thank you very much, man. Great talking to you.